The World Health Organization last year claimed that India is likely to register highest growth when it comes to mental health disorders. And this was not validated by Ramdev, but World Health Organization themselves. Of late, according to many surveys, 1 out of 5 Indians are depressed. And in this challenging environment where mental health is considered to be a taboo, even by family members, we have a brand with us which took an initiative and tried projecting the language, the communication, the awareness initiatives as far as mental health is concerned. We have the CMO of that brand, Ruchika Malhan Verma. Thank you so much for joining us. Ruchika is the CMO of Future Generali Life Insurance. Ruchika, firstly, congratulations on the campaign. Tell us your insights. What prompted you to launch a campaign like this? And what was going through your mind when you decided to go after mental health?
It's great to be here. Thank you so much for having me here. I would just like to correct you there. I'm the CMO of Future Generali India Insurance, not life insurance.
Okay.
So I'm the CMO of the general insurance part of the organization.
Okay.
Mental health actually is a large unaddressed problem in India. Like you rightly mentioned, 5 years ago, WHO estimated that over 90 million people suffer from some kind of mental health issue, whether it's stress or anxiety or something deeper like trauma and depression. And COVID-19, what has happened last year, has only made it worse. Because of social disconnections, because of, economic contractions, people losing their jobs. There was a lot of stress and anxiety at play. In fact, we had done a research, and our research told us that a whopping 88% of Indians are concerned about their physical, mental, and financial health. Imagine what that does to you mentally.
88%, you say?
88%. I mean, that's a huge number. And, and like you rightly said, today, 1 in 5 Indians suffer from some kind of mental health issue. And these are just stats, right? 1 in 5 is stats. But at the end of the day, it means that if you're sitting in a meeting with 10 people, chances are that 2 of your colleagues are suffering from some kind of mental health issue. Chances are that, if you go out for a walk, the lady whose dog you petted has some issue. It could be your teenage daughter having an issue, or it could be you, right? It's not just stats. It's now becoming personal.
Correct.
We really believe that, as a brand that has a brand purpose of being a lifetime partner for their customers, as a brand that leads with empathy and with innovation, today, more than ever, is the time to really start addressing this problem. So we want to create a movement for Indians to start taking their mental health seriously.
Okay.
Right? And when you say, what was really, what are we really looking for from the campaign that we have launched? There are essentially 4 objectives to our campaign, right? Firstly is that, like you rightly said, there's a lot of stigma around mental health. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. They don't want to acknowledge it. And even fewer go out and actually seek help. And those who do, unfortunately, don't even get the support of their friends and family, right? So we want to destigmatize this issue and really bring it to people's living rooms. Yeah.
Okay.
So that is our first, that is really our first objective. We want to be able to get people to realize that some of these symptoms, which seem very commonplace, could be underlying symptoms of mental health issues. We want people to take action and not ignore these issues. And we want to educate them that there is help available if you need it, whether that help is, medical or financial.
What happens is that this generation in particular is dealing with mental stress on a larger scale. And the worst part is that not many people are aware that they're suffering from mental health issues, especially going to tier 2 and tier 3 towns where the language of communication is not in English. Now, what we understand from your campaign is largely English based. Like even if you talk to Mandira Bedi, getting her and asking her health score, Sunil Chetri, or even that caricature which you have, where you advise that how you can save taxes from your health insurance, buying your health insurance. Is your campaign confined mostly towards the urban Indians? Are they your TG, or are you trying to reach the tier 2, tier 3 segments as well?
My TG is anybody who believes that health is a long-term investment.
Okay.
Our TG is not divided demographically. Our TG is divided psychographically. Those who believe that total health is both physical and mental, and those who believe in investing in their health.
Okay.
Now, yes, it is true that a lot of our communication is in English, but English is really the business language of India. People understand it. What we are very, very careful about is that in our communication, we don't use jargons, and insurance, could be fairly complicated, right? Purposefully stay away from jargons. We use very simple English, everyday parlance, which people can associate with, right? And the situations that we are talking about are very relevant. So it doesn't matter if you're in a metro or in a tier 2 or in a yet smaller town. At the end of the day, the situations, that the storytelling is extremely relevant to even the younger audiences. And you're absolutely right. I mean, research tells us that during the COVID lockdown, it was the younger generation actually who were far more prone to mental health issues than the older generation. So does our campaign talk to them? I think it does.
Okay.
Does it talk to them in a way that it relates to them? I think it does.
Sure. Now, one important segment, Ruchita, which attracted attention not only from the editorial community, but also the marketing community. I mean, we were having this top 50 marketers award last week, and your campaign was discussed there. And of course, in the category of purpose-led marketing, what caught eye of many people was that you're not selling insurance here. Okay, so your campaign, you're not directly selling insurance, ki hamara insurance le lo. You are telling people that you are in a situation where you might need health insurance, or you should worry about your health inside out, if I rightly understand your campaign. My question to you would be, where do you see the future of BFSI branding or marketing going from here? Till now, BFSI brands have been focused on mutual funds, ले लो, insurance, ले लो, ये ले लो, आपको उसकी जरूरत है, LIC ले लो, मरने वाले हो पॉलिसी ले लो, घर खरीदना है, मतलब वगैरह वगैरह चीजें आपको बेचते रहते हैं. ओके, तो माय पॉइंट इज कि आगे जाके आपको फ्यूचर ऑफ मार्केटिंग कैसा लग रहा है BFSI ब्रांड्स का? And I'm talking to you in Hindi because we generally include our marketing and advertising property in the Mad Show, as well as the marketers control room we have, where we dissect brand communication in Hindi and in English. So I leave the liberty to you whether you want to answer this question in Hindi or in English. पर आगे आने वाले समय में आप BFSI की ब्रांडिंग को किस तरफ जाते हुए देखते हैं?
So, a lot of our marketing communication, and I wouldn't go as far as BFSI because BFSI is huge, but I will talk about, the insurance industry. A lot of our marketing communication in insurance today is left brain marketing, which basically means that it is, very educative, it is very fact and feature focused, and it's very functional. Yeah. Our approach with our mental health campaign was slightly different. We wanted to create an emotional connect. Why? Because we want to be able to change behavior, and facts do not change behavior, emotions do.
Okay.
So our approach was to look at right brain marketing, where we crafted stories which were relevant and which helped put our message across. And you're absolutely right, our message was not about meri policy kharido. We wanted to spark conversations. I can't go out and say, hey, look, you might be having a mental health issue, here's a policy. I'll never be able to cut ice with my audience with that kind of messaging. We have to be able to spark conversations. We have to be able to create awareness. We have to be able to create assurance. And that is what we were trying to do. So
Okay.
to answer your question, I think, we are one of the very few brands that have, that are doing right brain marketing in the insurance space. And I think going forward, the shift to emotional connect and shift to right brain marketing is something which is going to be really the future of Marcom, right?
Okay.
Brands that lead with, human touch, that lead with empathy and thoughtfulness, right? Rather than just go out and say, here, buy my policy, are really the ones that will win in the marketplace.
Okay.
Also, traditionally, the industry has been focusing on fear psychosis,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I really believe that the future of insurance marketing is really to sell hope and not have positive conversations.
You mean that the conversations are shifting from product selling to concept selling, if I understand it correctly?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
And I believe it's here to stay. Also, there is a lot of data which is now being available, and I believe that in the future of insurance marketing will have this increased use of data, create hyper personalization to understand the customer and deliver a superior customer experience.
Okay.
Right. The third thing is that, what has happened also with COVID-19 is that there are new risks which have come to the fore, right? People are of course worried about their health, but they are also worried about things like cybersecurity today. People are worried about, losing their jobs, right? So there are new risks which have come up, and, marketers that really use this insight and understanding to create value propositions that will help cover these risks, I think will really lead the future of marketing, in the space. So one is about offering the product, offering different kind of products and product innovation, right? Because today, what's happening is that brand preferences in insurance are based on price. It's a very price-driven market, right? As a marketeer, me and my community of marketeers, our objective is really to shift the conversation to preference based on value, and that will only happen if there are differentiated products that really fulfill needs. So the future of marketing means that in BFSI would mean new products that cover the new risks of today. It would mean understand your customer, using data to understand and using emotions to connect.
Ruchika, last part of the conversation, what are the vehicles you are using for this communication? Is it purely digital, or are you focusing on print, television, or all varieties? What are the tools you are using to reach out to your target group, and how have they fared for you so far?
The consumer is moving digital, and therefore so are we, right? We have also, noticed that there was an increase in search for health insurance. For example, last year, there was a surge in search for, for health insurance by 23%. So really, we are looking at social media, because social distancing has created, online social connectivity. And therefore social media is one of our key media vehicles. OTT platforms, digital news, and
so primarily it would be safe to assume that you are primarily using digital vehicles of communication.
Absolutely. And tomorrow, as the lockdowns start really opening up, and there are more and more people who are tuning into television, there are more and more people out on the road, we are open to using at ATL at that point of time.
Sure. Now, last question which I have to you, Ruchika, is how has been your mental health throughout this campaign? What are the objectives you have achieved so far? And of course, you told me about the long-term objectives, but how happy are you with the campaign so far? And what are the results which are driving your motivation?
So, this campaign has really been a game changer for not only the brand, I think also the industry. When we launched our total health score on October 10th, which is World Mental Health Day last year, we did not anticipate that more than 3 lakh people are actually going to come and want to check their total health score.
Okay.
That number took us by surprise, right? Our website visitors has increased by 2.7x. Our app downloads have doubled. Because that is where people could actually, check their total health score. We have, between our total health score campaign and our Health Inside Out campaign of inanimate objects, we have reached more than 200 million people. And we have sparked these conversations. So really, I mean, this is really what we wanted to do. It wasn't about, how many policies you sell. That is going to happen, much later. It's really about sparking conversations, getting people to start taking their mental health seriously. And I think that in our own way, we have started to create a difference. And that's really my motivation to continue.
Now, Ruchika, your last answer prompted one more question for me. Towards the end of this campaign, if you're able to generate a lot of mental awareness and website visits to your product or to your brand, but not enough conversions in terms of life insurance policy takers, will you be a happy marketer?
You mean health insurance policy?
Yes. Health insurance. I'm sorry. My bad. Health insurance. Will you be a happy marketer still?
Absolutely. Because my objective, like I said, was really not about selling policies at this stage. My objective is really to create a movement around mental health, right? My objective is really to get people to start associating our brand with cultural good.
Okay. Ruchika Verma, thank you so much for your time. We expect that more and more brands focus on this burgeoning issue, not only BFSI, but other sectors as well. Thank you so much, Ruchika, for talking to us and giving us the insightful details about the campaign. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.